It's April Mason here, coming to you once again. I know you saw that other video earlier today with me and Mr. 𝐒𝐥𝐻𝐢𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐞. Y'all love him on, oh my God, the name of the show, because they canceled it and we were all mad because we didn't know why they canceled it, and because we don't know why he didn't get with Rondell. But y'all ladies love Mr. 𝐒𝐥𝐻𝐢�𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐞. So y'all been trying to ask me questions about him, but he'll be back. He'll be back. But tonight, I have somebody special here with me tonight. When I say special, y'all know I've had a lot of guests on in the past, but this one in particular, he has a place near and dear to my heart because not only is he like, not only even say he closer than family, but I know if I need anything, I can pick up the phone. I can be like, somebody bothering me, and he'd be about what we about to do, you know, how we about to handle this, you know. And he's in town and has been in town to serenade Atlanta with Valentine's Day love. But guess what? He came down to April Mason headquarters so we could chit chat with you all tonight. So y'all want to know who it is? Who y'all think it is? Tell me who y'all think it is. If you know who it is, maybe a couple of you might know who it is because I mentioned it inside the app. If you have not downloaded the app, baby, you don't get the exclusive stuff first. So go to All Things Feminine to download the app. So let me make sure I can see your comments because I don't see them. I see your hearts. But you can keep giving the hearts. Oh, you guys are giving stars already. Thank you so much. I ain't even said none. Oh, somebody said Joe. Somebody said Carl Thomas. Somebody said, who is, y'all know why I can't see. Hold on. Y'all know. Somebody said, oh, everybody thinks it's CT. I don't know why everybody, y'all must be in Atlanta because guess what? It is CT. Come on over here.
Hey,
honey.
Ma, how you doing?
Good, darling.
Hey.
Good.
Hey,
So
hey,
y'all
hey.
guessed it. Y'all guessed it.
Hey,
y'all
what's
guessed
going
it.
on?
Y'all guessed it. So
right.
we're going to be talking about some love stuff tonight. Oh,
Yeah.
and by the way, if you did not see my video yesterday, y'all see what I did with my backdrop? So y'all know we have a photo booth business. And I said, we not finished decorating in here, but we need something to make pretty in the back. So look, don't y'all think that's pretty? So how you doing, darling?
Man, I am blessed. I'm doing well. I ended up, having to work here this week because I came here to do a concert on Sunday and ended up getting stranded in Atlanta. So, I had to switch my work week to the ATL. And
Yes.
it just really worked out well because I was able to come here and see you.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, this is what you do when you have good friends that will support you. He came down to see what I had going on. You like it?
Yeah, this is really incredible. This is really incredible. This is a lot of forward thinking.
Forward thinking?
Yeah, this is a lot of forward thinking. I'm looking forward to, seeing where you're going to be with this in about a year.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's like.
Yeah, because my lease is 3 years, so you might. So I got to carry this thing on out, honey. I got to carry it on out.
Yeah.
So we wanted to talk about relationships and things that, I know that you've noticed, things that I've noticed, and we think relationships are actually going. Are we progressing or are we going back, backwards, or are we going nowhere, know?
Well, relationships is kind of like food.
Okay.
Kind of like music. And as far as no one can really tell you how to do it. There's no set rules.
Yeah.
There's ideology, and after that, you usually left up to your own vices.
Yeah. Yeah.
Left up. So there's a lot of different opinions. There's a lot of different opinions about it, but there is only one actuality. There's only one actuality about it. And I know that earlier you and I were talking about the institution of marriage.
Oh, child. We had this. We were talking about prenups.
Yeah,
and the institution of marriage.
Yeah.
And I asked him, because y'all get on me all the time when I say I would never remarry for love alone. And yes, a brother got to sign a prenup. And it's just what it is. All that, we love each other and, we feel warm and fuzzy today. But what happens when we don't feel that way tomorrow? And it's not like divorce does not happen. Right. So what do you feel about when it comes to marrying strictly for love, or should it be more than love?
Well, first and foremost, we need to go back to the beginning.
Okay.
And go back to how it started. I know a lot of people think it started with the Bible,
It didn't say they was married.
I know a lot of people think that, the concept of marriage started with the Bible or the Bible, as a lot of people say. You know what I mean? And I definitely do not want to disrespect the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? No, but contrary to a lot of people's beliefs, marriage was a business. It started out as a business opportunity, and it was designed for two extremely rich, prominent families to join together and become one big super rich family. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, in the beginning of the concept of marriage, if you were considered to be a nobleman or a pauper, as they would say, if you were considered to be, part of the lower society.
Craftsman.
Basically, if you were poor,
Yeah.
if you were poor, you weren't allowed to marry. And that is the real beginning of that institution. Now, down through the years, there's been a lot of spin on the ball as far as, the government being involved in that institution.
Mm-hmm. They're going to get their money. They're going to get a piece of it.
Well, yeah, and as for me, I've always had a problem with marriage being portrayed as such a spiritual thing, and how it crossed the bridge from being a business move to something that God ordained.
And something very sacred that, I totally get it. I totally get it.
And the one part of it that never really made sense to me was the actual license to marry. Mm-hmm. So,
well, you know where it came from, right?
Yeah. Actually,
I'll be telling them.
Well, and don't get me wrong, because I do believe that marriage can be all of those spiritual things.
Yes.
I believe that it can achieve all of those spiritual levels. Yes. But that was not its intent. Mm-hmm. What a lot of people don't realize is that when you sign a marriage license, you do not have an agreement with your significant other. You do not have an agreement with your significant other. Basically, you and your significant other are signing an agreement with the state. Mm-hmm. So basically, when you marry, you take on a third set of parents, mm-hmm. which is the federal government, because they tell you what you can and cannot do, what you are allowed and you are not allowed to do. But there is something that is growing that I'm paying attention to, and that is the process of not being legally married, but being lawfully married. Okay. And the process of being
I know you're not talking about shacking.
Oh, no, not that, not the 7-year rule. No, we're not talking about the 7-year rule. But what I am talking about is the method of being lawfully married, in which two people who love each other and want to share their lives, and they love each other enough to go into business together, because mm-hmm. that is what you're saying when you want to marry someone. I love you enough to be your business partner. Mm-hmm. That's what you're saying. So if in fact you want to do that, there is a lawful way as opposed to the legal way of doing it. And the lawful way of doing it would be two people having their respective attorneys, and you come together and you would literally write out a contract. And the contract states what you expect, need, and want from this union.
I like that.
He writes out what he expects, what he needs, and he wants from the union. Mm-hmm. All right?
Yeah.
You both exchange.
This is slide that paper over.
Right. You go through it with your lawyer. You literally mark it up. Mm-hmm. And, you present it again. And you basically go back and forth until it is agreed upon. Mm-hmm. All right? Until both.
A negotiation.
Until it is a negotiation, yes. And when it is agreed upon, it's signed by both people. Yeah. It is stamped by a notary public, and then it is filed with the county clerk's office, and you are
lawfully married.
Lawfully married, yeah. Yeah, and you get all the wonderful tax breaks, and you get everything that everybody with the third set of parents get. You know what I mean? You get everything that they get. You get everything. You get everything they get. You know.
Yeah, and if you want to have your wedding, you still can do all of that. But guess what?
Because you're legally
married, and that lawfully married, and that paperwork is right.
Yeah, the paperwork.
That paperwork is right. So, you know, we had that discussion, and I'm like, okay, yeah. I thought I was the only one because people they put so much on marriage that they don't understand. It's more to it than I like you, I love you. For me, y'all know I've always said this. What that last name do? I trademarked that, by the way. The trademark is in on it. What that last name do?
What that last name do? Please break that down to me, April. What are you talking about?
What the last name do is this. People get married because they like each other and they feel warm and fuzzy, right? But what they're not doing is paying attention to if that person is going to be an asset to their lives and to the lineage of their family. And the last name carries some weight. Back in the day, like I was telling you last night, back in the day, women would say, oh, I'm the proud wife of Robert Johnson. I'm the proud wife of Bradley, whoever, you know.
So when you say what that name do, you're speaking of weight and prestige.
Exactly.
Okay.
But not just those things.
Okay.
He could actually be a man that has no prestige, but he has strong character, strong integrity.
Well, that's the weight part.
Yeah, he has all of that. Because there was a guy back when I was younger, Carl, and he wanted to marry me when we were young. Everybody thought in the church we was going to get married. We got older. I would run into him now and then back in the back. But here's the thing. Anytime anybody mentioned his name, because it was two men that I dated at that time that had the same name from junior high school. We had this triangle love thing going on, right? So everybody thought I was going to marry that particular guy.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Anytime, even as adults, his name was mentioned, it's always, oh, that joker. It's always that. I'm like, you can't be associated, especially somebody like me who has a bubbly personality. My name ain't garbage in the streets. And you say that's your husband, and everybody be like, oh, damn. So for me,
so did he mess the other guy's name up as well?
No, he didn't. It was just that they had the same name. So when they would say, "Who you going out? This E or that E?" And when I would say, "Oh, I'm going out with this," oh, good, because this one, oh God. And he wasn't a bad dude. He just had his behavior was bad, and how the community and everybody saw him was not in the best light. But
in other words, he was just simply like.
There it is.
Okay.
And so for me, it was always what that last name do. You can't have me out here looking crazy. And at the same time, when you look at women back in the day, they were proud of the last name that they took. Are you proud of the last name that you're taking? If you're choosing to take that person's last name, you're taking on their reputation and everything else.
Well, you know, April, it takes 20 years to know anybody.
I don't even think you know them after that.
To really know a person, it takes 20 years. Most people, you know, you got to kind of be okay with that.
Well, you know, my best friend has been married 20 some odd years, over 20 years. And he tells me all the time, he said, hey, I learn new stuff about my wife every week. I'd be like, how is it that I've been with you 25 years and I didn't know that about you?
But isn't that a cool thing?
Yeah.
I consider that one of the cool things. I mean, you know, I think the reason why that always changes is that a lot of people don't realize that the them of the future is a present stranger to them. And you have to be okay with that. The me of, you know, the me of 10 years from now, I don't know that man.
Yeah.
I don't know that man. I don't know what he's going to think, feel, say. I don't know what he's going to do.
I know what he's going to do.
I mean, you know.
I know what he's going to do.
What's he going to do?
He's going to be sitting on the couch like this, looking at them young kids. Like you do. I call him old man, y'all. He gonna sit down and be like, hey, young boy, come on. Let me sit down. Let me tell you something about this. Did you know that the government? That's gonna be you. I tell him all the time. I be like, you know, you sound like somebody's granddaddy.
Oh man, yeah. You know, yeah. Sometimes I can come off a lot older than I really am, but really, I'm a big kid at heart. And April knows that.
Yes, I do.
You know, ask her.
Oh, wait a minute. No, don't you do it.
Yeah.
Don't you do it.
I got to do it.
Don't you do it.
I got to do it. Ask her about that Mortal Kombat whooping.
He is the only man.
That Mortal Kombat whooping that she received. Hello.
He's the only man that has ever been able to beat me in Mortal Kombat. But guess what? I'm coming back to the house and I'm going to practice. And I'm coming back to the house and we're going to see. Because I beat his nephew. Everybody, I played. The nephew was in the house.
Anyway.
And I won. But
anyway.
You cheated. You didn't let me even get out the corner.
No one ever beats me.
Well,
no one ever beats me.
Just give me one time. He's the only man. I will say that. He's been the only man that can beat me at Mortal Kombat. Any other man has never been, because he don't let you get out the corner. Before they say start, he already pushing buttons. So, and
no,
you,
but I'm no quitter.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna do this again.
but when it definitely comes to prenups, I think there's a fear, that's really, imaginary.
I think so too.
Yeah, it's really imaginary when it comes to prenups. I think if you love someone enough, then you also have to love the possibilities as well as accept the possibilities as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Because, people will say, if they have to sign a prenup, you're going into it thinking it's going to fail. No. Because to me, a prenup can be as simple as, if we go our separate ways, you take what you had, I take what I had, and we split what we built together. To me, it doesn't have to be that.
And that's
difficult.
a one-pager.
Couple of lines.
It's
not that difficult. Yeah. But I think it's the mental part of it, of a person thinking, in case it fails. So you're marrying me. It's almost like a personal blow to a person. Mm-hmm. Like, because I've seen quite a few men that I know give women prenups before marriage. The women take it as a personal blow, that you just don't trust me enough. You think I do you like that? Well, we've seen marriages fail. It's not.
It's not. It's really not that. I think it's. That possibilities and trusting someone, they have, neither one of them have anything to do with each other. You love someone, you could love someone, but you may only be designed to be with that person for 2 years.
Oh my God! Say that again. Say that again.
But you may love someone, but you may only be designed to be with that person for a certain amount of time.
And somebody said then stay single. Okay, well they can stay single, but we're not gonna act like divorce doesn't happen. Yeah.
And all you stay single people out there, I just want to remind you, no one respects a clean uniform. All right, just remember that. I know that you don't want to be bothered a lot of times, and a lot of times they can just seem like too much game to be involved with, and just not streamlined enough for you. That's what I hear from a lot of women nowadays, that relationships nowadays are just not streamlined enough. Mm-hmm. Be straight up with me. Be straight up. Be straight up. Just tell me what it is. And that's a really big problem. But at the same time, my mother is twice divorced. Mm-hmm. But you know what she told me? She told me, I'm gonna die knowing what it feels like to be loved and to be in love. Mm. And there's a lot of people that won't have the chance to say that. When I really thought about what she said, she wasn't regretful.
Yeah.
And I expected to hear regret in her voice, but I didn't. And that really encouraged me, better to have loved and lost
than not to love at all.
Than to have never loved at all. Mm-hmm. And that's just the way I look at it.
And I think it goes back to what you said a minute ago, because I've shared this with my audience as well, that sometimes, and a lot of times, we try to make seasonal people lifetimers.
Right.
And I talk about my divorce all the time and where I was mentally. Mm-hmm. He should have never got anything but a hello from me. But because of where I was in my life, he was the representation of what the subconscious mind knew.
Yeah.
So I was attracted to what was programmed. Yeah. But as I started to grow as a woman, I'm like, this is not future. This is not someone that I would even want to take to the grocery store? What was I thinking?
Well,
right?
The beautiful thing about life is that it is designed to move in perpetual motion. Mm-hmm. So the more of life that you see and experience, the more of it you are naturally supposed to want for yourself. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So and this equates, or supposed to equate, to a better you.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. And then the wonderful thing about it is, once you get to a particular place in your life where you've accepted you, and at that point you welcome someone in, you probably have a better chance of being together until the day you die. Because at that point you've taken the time to evolve into a better version of yourself, because you let go of your mama's stuff that she gave you, your daddy's stuff he gave you, the bad relationships or whatever you chose from an unwise place. Yeah. So now you've taken the time to really get to know you and what you want. And when you realize, it's like, I don't really want that much. All the other stuff that you have on your list, it once you start to get to know you and give you the stuff that you're looking for in other people, right, the list starts dwindling down, and it becomes, I want a companionship, somebody that we can add our happiness together. And then whatever we blossoms out of that, that's what we do. But a lot of times folks get married and like, I want to be seasonal people, lifetimers. No, that girl was only supposed to get you to a particular place, and she opened you up.
Well, yeah, and that's a very good point that you made. Seasonal people.
Thank y'all for sharing.
Seasonal people, that you're trying to make lifers, as you said. Nobody told you to marry them. Nobody tell you to do that. Nobody tell you to go do that. You went and did that because the church told you.
Glow. You know what? They did that because they didn't want to fornicate. They didn't want to fornicate on Saturday. It could be, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. You know they be tearing at the altar, So you get married, and once again, that's still for the wrong reason.
Right. Or maybe the right reasons, if that's all you're interested in.
If that's all you're interested in.
Yeah. Maybe they're just two people that just
want to have sex.
There you go.
Without being damned to hell for having it.
Damn to hell. There we go with the hell again. Damn the hell, April.
He keep me rolling.
Damn the hell.
Y'all don't understand how much a clown he is.
It sounds like a Charlton Heston line. No, I'm serious.
Damn the hell. He pulled out his gun.
The very first Planet of the Apes. I was a little kid watching the very first Planet of the Apes. And I saw Charlton Heston looking at the Statue of Liberty that had been beached. He said, damn you all to hell.
I promise y'all, this right here is who this man is. He had me laughing so hard last night at the restaurant. Yeah. I thought that the people were gonna put us out because we was loud.
Well, yeah. I was extremely. I don't know. I was after that third glass of wine. All bets are off. All bets are off. Y'all ever want me to get loose with you? If you ever want me to get loose with you, you buy me a bottle of Kim Crawford. And I come with batteries and instructions.
Man, I'm sitting around looking like, is they gonna put us out? Is they gonna put us out here tonight? But that's the wonderful thing about being able to be happy, being able to just be in who you are, right? Yeah. And just enjoy life. So that was good. Another thing we talked about it just left my brain. It's something else that we talked about when in regards to relationships. Oh, the masculine and the feminine.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
That's fun. Well, I mean, I just think that that's it's a universal law that everybody has to follow. Mm-hmm. No matter what type of situation you're in.
Yes. You know what's funny is, and I say this all the time, and women get upset with me about it, but my gay friends, I have the dopest gay friends, right? But they embrace the feminine way more than a woman does, because they understand it. They literally, my makeup artists and stylists, they will literally sit there and be like, girl, look, I don't know what y'all women be talking about. All you got to do is do this, and this. And everything that they're saying is everything I teach about femininity. Right. But women will fight you tooth and nail, whereas my gay friends is like, girl, I be learning, Miss April, and your itch be working. I'm like, how is it that my gay friends can be okay with embracing the feminine aspect, because men have feminine energy too. Some has more than the other. Women have masculine energy too. Some has more than the other. But ultimately, women has more feminine energy and men have more of the masculine. But it's so hard for women to really wrap their mind around being a more of a feminine flow.
So why do you think that women have a hard time doing that?
Because I think they believe it's weak.
No.
I think they believe that it is something that allows. You know what? I think they believe it's only for men, and it's not.
Well, I'll tell you this. I definitely don't claim to be an expert in that area, but I will say that there are 50 laws that govern the universe, and out of those 50 laws, there are 14 principal laws. One of those 14 principal laws is called the law of gender. And it simply states that one person has to occupy the masculine and the feminine, and one person has to occupy the feminine. It's very yin and yang, you know. So, I mean, whatever situation you are, gay, straight, lesbian, trans, whatever it is, someone has to fill these particular roles.
Yes.
Because if you look at the symbolism of it, the yin and the yang make one circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you put them together, they make one circle. So you really can't get away with having two people in a relationship that both service the masculine energy, or having two people in a relationship that both service the feminine energy.
Yeah.
That's pretty much out of order. You know.
Yeah.
But you know, to each his own, and you know, some of that dysfunctional nonsense might work for some people. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you know.
Yeah, it might. But the thing is, so we see most of the time not that it doesn't work.
No.
And so, ladies, being in the feminine energy has nothing to do with even though Miss April loves the color pink, it has nothing to do with the color pink. It has nothing to do with it's for a man. It's for you first. And if a man has the pleasure of getting access to it, then that's.
But who are we to tell someone that they can't ride on a burning train?
We can tell them that.
So you have every right in the world.
You can ride on it.
To ride on a burning train.
Hold on, but here's the thing: if you're gonna ride on it, do not complain.
But just know that the train's on fire.
Yeah, it's on fire.
Yeah, just know that the train's on fire, definitely.
So don't ask for no water. Yeah. Don't ask for no fire extinguisher. Just know the train is on fire, and you didn't have to get on the train, but that's what you chose to do.
Yeah, I've actually, you know, I've seen relationships where, you know, there are two people trying to service one side of the energy, and you know, it's usually kind of sad and tragic.
Yeah.
Usually when you watch how it turns out. But for the most part, you know, human beings are instinctive, and we just kind of fall in our instinctive lines. Like two people can meet and automatically know this person compliments my masculine, or this person compliments my feminine. Yes. You know what I mean?
Because you just be like, when you're around a masculine man, I ain't gonna lie, when you're around a masculine man, you be like, you hungry? You be like, you just acquiesce.
You know, like we were talking before we went live, and I was talking about the difference. And for those of you out there who are, you know, lovers of jazz music, I'm a huge fan of Miss Shirley Horn.
Oh, yeah, that was
Shirley Horn.
That was beautiful.
Sang well into her 90s. You know what I mean? You know, just an anomaly in music. But in my life, I've always listened to Shirley Horn lyrics, and I've always listened to lyrics by Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson and Shirley Horn are the only two females that have this in common, as to where they made their entire careers off macking a man. You know what I mean? And absolutely subduing the masculine energy, and
they became the kryptonite.
They made the masculine energy bow down to them.
Yes.
They made.
Bow down.
Y'all see that? But they made the masculine energy bow down to them. And I wouldn't say bow down, but they made
surrender.
They made the masculine energy surrender itself. And it's so crazy is that my son, I'm always trying to pass him music. It's one of the greatest gifts I could give him besides any books that I read or any lectures that I pay attention to or what have you. I give him music. I pass the music that was passed down to me on to him.
Yeah.
And I remember the very first day that I played 𝐓𝐡𝐢𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐞 for him. And the word 𝐓𝐡𝐢𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐞 in Italian just simply means summer. Or if someone uses the word 𝐓𝐡𝐢𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐞, they mean to say that you make them feel like summer. You know what I mean?
You be like,
so the very first time that I gave him 𝐓𝐡𝐢𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐞, he listened to the lyrics and he got very quiet and he went in a corner, and I didn't see him for a couple of hours.
Okay.
Later on, he comes into my room and throws a curveball I didn't expect. He comes into my room and says, "Dad, why don't I hear people talking to each other like this? And then, how can I get a woman to talk to me like this?"
Wait a minute. What I keep telling them, I be trying to told you. I be trying to told you, but no, y'all want to buck the system. Y'all want to buck the system.
My son's 21 years old.
So how old was he when you gave him that?
20 years old.
Okay. Wow.
He was 20 years old.
Wow.
And he wanted it. He was completely smitten. You know what I mean? In the very sense of the word, smitten. Why have I never met a woman that speaks of a man in this manner? Why can't I have a woman that talks to me like this?
And that's coming from the baby.
From the baby.
So it doesn't matter if he's 20 or if he's 90.
Think about this. You bathe me in the glow.
Hold on.
Right?
Get,
you think about it.
Get these lyrics.
These are Shirley Horn lyrics, and I don't have to look them up.
Oh, see.
You know what I mean?
You don't have to.
These are Shirley Horn lyrics. You bathe me in the glow of your caresses.
Woo!
You turn my timid nose into eager yeses. You know what I mean? Like these are,
yes.
This is just, you know what I mean?
Yes, because when I was looking at them lyrics.
But it's something that is both cerebral and visceral.
Yes.
Something that you can think about, but yet also something that you can feel.
Turn it down.
You know what I mean?
Y'all ladies, these lyrics, when I tell you, I was like, she talking that talk, baby. Where's the button? Click one of them buttons.
Right, that right.
Okay.
Right.
When I tell y'all, she says, you bathe me in the glow of your caresses. You've turned my eager no to tender yeses. You sweep away my sorrow with your sigh. Oh, girl. Oh, how the golden sunlight bends the willow. Your blossoms send the perfume to my pillow. Oh, who could know you have as well as I? Oh, she know him, y'all. She didn't got to know her, man.
She said, who could know you?
Who could know you?
Who could know you half as well as I?
Woo!
You know what I mean?
You know what that means? You know what that means? It goes back to what I've taught you. Yeah. She studied her man. You can't know him like that.
But obviously for him to make her feel like 𝐓𝐡𝐢𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐞, he studied her as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So y'all have to go look that up. Yeah. Somebody, they writing the lyrics. They write the lyrics. So these are the things, what he's sharing with you, these are just the simple things when it comes to just being a woman. It's not about even trying to do, because women are taught to keep doing instead of just being. Because when you are in the company of a masculine man, just like she makes the masculine surrender, the masculine makes the feminine surrender as well. And so that's why I always teach. You don't have to worry about if somebody's going to submit to you, because if you are in your right energy, there's a natural surrendering that happens.
And it's important to also add that people know when your point of view or your ideology is coming from tradition, and they know the difference, whether it's coming from tradition or whether it's coming from an authentic place. You know, there's a lot of people who just naturally have that radar. I speak, you know, the conversations that I have with women, unfortunately, a lot of those conversations are based in tradition, you know, and it takes a while for me to sweep that away and ask her, well, how do you really feel?
Because she's going by all of the things that the magazines tell her she should be looking for, so she's checking off the traditional things off the list.
And I will admit, you know, you definitely got your traditional checkbox. You know, you got it all taken care of, and that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing, but it's also just as important as you embrace what you've been taught. It's also just as important to reach out and learn and not be afraid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, everybody we talked about this before. Everybody wants what they think is the alpha man, right? And we talked about the Sigma man.
Yeah.
Give the ladies that were like, "What's the Sigma man?" And so now that you're here, give them a breakdown of the Sigma
mind
man.
Mind you, I personally think that the concept, you know, of the alpha male, the beta male, and the sigma male is complete bullshit.
I know you do.
You know,
I know you do.
But it is entertaining. It is very entertaining. But if in fact I did, you know, buy into that, I would be someone who would be classified as a sigma male.
Okay.
And the sigma males, they have a lot of the same characteristics as alpha males, but they don't care about ruling over others. The sigma male doesn't care about having the feeling of dominance. You know what I mean? The sigma man, you know, like I have no desire to dominate a woman. I feel like men who dominate women stop the growth of what they're really supposed to become. And I feel like women who think in traditional manners, they sometimes unknowingly, and mind you, with good intentions, they kind of stunt the growth of you know, the level that their mate is supposed to reach.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times, you know, case in point, my father started a barbecue business, and he created this really signature barbecue sauce. And my mother, just out of the fear of stepping outside of tradition, didn't want to step out on that log, because the log was just out there floating by itself, and it wasn't very balanced, and there was a chance of falling into the water. And she didn't follow my father, and long story short, he ended up separating from the business, and the business blew up, and they took his sauce with them, and we were still left in the projects. You know, and you know, it was a teachable moment.
Yeah, a big one.
Yeah, it was a teachable moment. So, but it also taught me a lot that, you know, sometimes you have to abandon tradition and, you know, follow the heart of a trailblazer, because those are the individuals who decide our collective fate. There's no one in any point of leadership that hasn't taken a chance, you know, that hasn't rolled that dice. So, you know, when you feel like, you know, you love someone enough to go into business with them, that's part of loving them enough to go into business with them, is loving them enough to just jump out there on that floating log that's really not stabilized, and you know the risks, and you're still jumping anyway.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, because I have a lot of fellas that watch. You know, I was laughing and smiling reading the comments that the ladies was saying. They were like, "You talking to their soul and all of that stuff. All this that you talk. We didn't know Carl Thomas was this
wow,
deep."
I'm really blind and can't see the comments.
You know, I keep putting my glasses on. They know I wear my glasses, But they have some wonderful things to say. So I have a lot of fellas in here.
Yeah.
What would you tell a man, not a male, not just a male, but a man who is looking at this stage in his life and he says, you know what? I'm ready to settle down. I got my play out of me. I've done everything that I wanted to do in regards to women, and I'm at a particular place in my life. You know, financially, I'm pretty cool. I'm not wanting for anything. Only thing missing in my life is that woman. What would be 3 things you would tell that man as far as choosing this particular woman?
I would definitely say, don't be afraid to be imperfect. Don't be afraid. It's all right. You know what I mean? Look at you. Don't be afraid to be imperfect. That's a big issue when guys reach a certain age. They feel like, you know, oh, I've reached this point in my life, I'm supposed to have everything. Mm-hmm. And everything isn't everything until you know it's everything. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I would also tell him, don't be afraid of laying it all on the line, even if it's ugly. Mm. You know, because the ugly truth is still the truth nonetheless. It's still the truth, you know what I mean? Yeah. Even though it may be ugly, you know. My dad, it's funny, he used to say, son, you got to stop lying to all these women. You got to stop lying. You got to stop lying. He said, you got to stop lying. He said, if you don't stop lying, you're never going to find one that just simply understands your story.
because you keep giving her the fake.
Yeah, you keep giving her the, I call it the fake and shake.
The fake and shake?
I call it the fake and shake, yeah. You know, so that's something that I had to learn over time. You know, everybody can't know where the body's buried. I don't think she would want to know where all the body. Right. I have to take some time to know that, but
I wouldn't want to know where the body's buried.
But the third thing that I would have to tell you is always try to end the day with a laugh. Even if you've disagreed the whole entire day, go to bed on a giggle. Go to bed on a giggle, you know. Look at each other and make sure that you can laugh at something. I mean, I know it sounds simple, but it's really important. You know, man. Try to laugh once a day. Once a day, at least once a day, laugh together. You'll thank me later, I'm telling you.
Now, if you had daughters, because I know you have nieces, but if you had daughters, what are 3 things you would tell them about choosing their mate? If they're at that mature stage.
Don't let them drive you to the pole. I'd also, no.
I'm not with you. I'm not.
No.
Don't let him drive you to the pole. Lord have mercy.
No. I would definitely say, if I had to tell her anything, never run from your phoenix. Never run from your phoenix. And the phoenix inside of a woman is something that she is constantly running from. Mm-hmm. Constantly running from. But you have to embrace that. You have to embrace that phoenix, that fire, that I call it that forever fire. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That dark place that you don't know so well because you haven't visited it that much because you haven't visited there that much because it's dark. Mm-hmm.
And you're actually afraid to see what's up in there.
But you have to embrace the dark points of you just as much as you embrace the light. Mm-hmm. And the second thing that I would tell her is being accountable for your actions simply just makes you a better person. And when it comes to men, we have a problem with being responsible. Mm-hmm. Women have a problem with being accountable for their actions. How do you know women have a problem with being accountable for their actions? Because the deeper you get into the line of questioning, trust me, she gonna have a boomerang for your ass, and she gonna swing it back around to being your fault. It's gonna be your fault. She gonna swing it back around to being your fault. Yeah. This is a problem with accountability. But if men could just simply say, look, all right, you're right. I have a problem with being responsible. I know it. I'm gonna work on it. if women could just say, all right, I did it. Don't be mad. I did it.
Not the penny.
Yeah.
Not the penny.
But I'm just saying, if women could just, be okay with that. And I think that that accountability problem comes from that air of perfection that women are programmed to think that they have to have. You don't got to be perfect. I'm not looking for perfect. I'm just looking for perfect for me.
Okay, with that said, I'm sure because the women been asking. So what is perfect for Carl? Because they was at, is you married? Is you single? Is you divorced?
Perfect for me is someone who allows me to be the Gemini that I am.
You definitely the Gemini.
Allows me to be the Gemini that I am. Perfect for me is someone who understands the kid who was born in the projects, born in public housing, someone who understands the spirit man, someone who understands the pimp, someone who understands the gangster, someone who understands the international man of mystery who goes out and fights crime all over the world, terrorism and things of that nature. You understand me? But I'm all of these things, you know what I mean? I'm all these things. When I was a kid, I was very seduced by vernacular, you know what I mean? So watching pimps on the avenue and watching preachers in church, I was very fascinated because they acted so much alike. And a lot of times you really couldn't tell them apart. The only thing you can tell is that one was talking from, the Bible and the other one was talking from the Bible from the block. It's the Bible or the block. You know what I'm saying? And they wore a lot of the same clothes and they drove a lot of the same cars and they had a lot of the same rings on their fingers and things of that nature.
On the active finger, on the pinky finger?
Yeah. I mean, and so, when you get older, you kind of, I guess that's how I learned the difference between using my powers for good or evil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I guess you would say the preacher is supposed to use their powers for good. And, the pimp uses the art of mind control.
But
and if you look at the definition of witchcraft, it is the art of mind control. That's how you know that the dark energies go into doing that and what have you. And so and also this alpha male concept, a lot of men have to be careful with that, because in the name of being an alpha male, you feel that you have to have a certain dominance or control in your relationship. But what you don't know is that a lot of that it leans toward mind control. And whenever you're flirting with that, you got to understand that you're flirting with dark energies. And it's the same thing for women. If you want to manipulate him to the point, who's that comedian? That said, Chris Rock. And Chris Rock said, "Men lie the most, women tell the biggest lies."
Wait a minute.
Men lie the most.
Wait a minute.
Absolutely, men lie the most, women tell the biggest lies.
Wait a minute.
Men lie, about where he was. Women lie about whose baby it is.
We know nothing. We know nothing. But like you said, we've been taking accountability.
Yeah.
But we know nothing.
But you know what? I'm just a different type of dude. I've had the experience on both sides, and I've had a chance to, the empathy in me had to grow. It had to be grown, because I was a mercenary and a loner. So I never had a point of reference. I didn't really have that many points of reference,
Okay.
Me being such a mercenary and doing so much on my own, I was, I've played women and I've been played.
I've played women? No.
I mean, but what I'm saying is, I heard, I saw a meme on social media the other day that was saying, how differently men treated when things that happen to women happen to them, and men just treated totally different. It's like, nah,
they just don't deal with it.
I've been cheated on before. I forgave her.
And you took her back?
It wasn't that big of an issue.
It didn't play on your mental?
Why?
Well, that's typical.
Why? It didn't play on my mental at all. I mean, hey, whatever. Honestly, women may hate me for saying this, but, if we're not married, that don't belong to me.
You heard it out of
If we're not married, that's ours.
Are you?
Not mine. That's ours.
I am not what you just. This is the Carl I know.
That's
ours.
That's
and this is mine.
That's ours.
That's ours.
Yeah, I mean,
What y'all?
You know, I just kind of handle things in a different manner. You know, not to say that, you know, I did not allow my emotions to play into it and whatnot, but whenever I was cheated on, the first thing I always thought about was, you know, not what was going up inside of her, but the first thing I always thought about is the many times I did her wrong.
Really? So you couldn't even get mad because you could not stay mad.
I couldn't get mad, but I could get hurt.
You know, was you in the corner like this? Was you in the fetal position? Was you in the fetal position? She done broke my heart.
No, I don't think I've ever been in the fetal position before. You know what I mean? I don't think it's ever been that bad, but it's been pretty bad though. I will definitely tell you, it's been, and for those of you that are watching this, understand the true meaning of the word karma. Karma does not mean that you reap what you sow. Okay? The word karma means the life you create. In the simplest form.
They say that's a Gemini for you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What else y'all saying in here? They talking some talk in here.
I see. Is he
Are you
going
gonna
to
say
serenade us at the end of the show?
You know what I heard?
Yeah.
You know something that I recently heard?
What's that?
That you sang. It was the first minute of it, and it was an arrangement that you did.
Okay, what song was that?
I got it right here.
How would you just knowing this?
I don't know.
How are you just gonna have a song?
I just have it right here. Okay, can you turn that down,
just
sir?
Handy. Just
I'm
handy.
handy.
I mean, she has it handy.
I'm multitasking, but it was an arrangement that you did. I think it may be a year ago, but I never heard this arrangement, and I was like, did he just do us like that? What it did? I'm gonna show you what it did. Hold on, let me put it right here. Put it right here.
You have something with those glasses hanging off your face like that. I'm telling you.
Don't have me do it. Don't have me do it to you.
No, that's the Miss Crabtree.
What?
Miss Crabtree
in your face.
Yeah.
Okay, it was this right here. It was this. Listen. See this one, this version right here.
You hear that?
This the version that had you sing. Wait, is it all the way up? Hold on, I'm gonna show you what I have you doing. This the version that had you going like this on the what's the movie? 5 Heartbeats, when she was sitting in the chair and she was squirming. When I heard, I was like, that. I've never heard you do that before. I said, look at you.
What I did, what I was doing was a performance for Sirius Satellite Radio. Shouts out to Dion Daisy out there. But that is a version that I do live on stage in my concert.
Did you do it Saturday?
And I had absolutely, Sunday actually. But yeah, I definitely did it, and it's something that I kind of made, as a prequel to I Wish,
That right there, that give you the 5 heartbeats. The girl sitting in the seat.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
I've actually seen that happen before. When I was younger at a New Edition concert, I actually seen Ralph Tresvant make a girl literally faint and bust her head. That's not funny. That ain't funny. You laughing for a call. But I actually seen a girl bust her head on the chair behind her, being personally serenaded by Ralph Tresvant. And, after I saw that, I knew it was real. I knew it could happen. It wasn't just TV no more. I seen it.
So have that ever happened to you? Have you ever done that?
I never got any panties thrown at me that I didn't throw back. Because you ain't gonna disrespect me like that. You know what I mean?
I'm not.
You're not gonna disrespect me like that. Throw your underwear. up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, what's the craziest thing a fan has ever done?
The craziest thing that a fan has ever done was scale a hotel wall to get inside of my window. And the hotel and the floor, I was staying on the 10th floor. Myself and Mario Winans right across the hall. I believe we were in Sweden. At the time. Or Ireland. We were in Dublin, Ireland. And a girl, we literally ended up having to call, the cops for them to come and get this dummy off the ledge, before she fell and killed herself. Now, I gotta give her credit. Like, you got up there, you deserve something. When I think about it in hindsight, I should have hit her off a little something. Just for crawling that, just for her completing that task. I should have left her a little something.
Well, Mr. Thomas, what do you think she wanted?
Well, crawling through a window, I can tell you what she didn't want. She didn't want to have lunch.
She didn't want no room service.
Tell you that much. She didn't want any room service. You know what I mean?
Woo!
I think she wanted the OG pound cake.
Not the pound.
The pound cake. That's what I'd like to call that, the OG.
And he ain't been drinking. Have you been drinking?
Not yet.
He ain't been drinking yet.
Not yet. I haven't had one glass of wine. Those of you that know me, I don't drink liquor. I drink wine. I am what is considered a wine. Oh.
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I've never seen so many bottles of wine before until I visited you.
Yeah.
I was like, it's just you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, who gonna drink all of
if
that?
you ever get a chance to go to the Catalina Wine Mixer in California, it happens every summer. It's a really great place. There's a lot of great acts perform, and you get a chance to learn a lot about wine, and it's the properties of wine. If you want to get into the wine business, if you want to know which wine just simply works for you, it's a good place to go hang out, and you can meet some people with great ideas. And every time I go, I meet a lot of great business contacts that I end up forming some type of alliance with and ultimately making money. So because I don't subscribe to the cigar lifestyle, I really don't like my breath being that hot all the time.
A man with smoke breath like that.
I'm saying now, mind you, with that being said, you got to understand that the cigar lifestyle is a very money-driven lifestyle. Because most of those conversations are about some form of commerce.
Very true.
But I have a problem with being that close to the smell, so I had to kind of get involved in that in a different way. So
So someone asked, is the song? Well, it scrolled up, but are you like the songs that you sing?
The songs that I sing are all different points of me at different times. Now, mind you, there are a lot of songs that are me as well, but you've never heard those songs because you don't know that side of me. I've written songs that would better be suited for porn than to be suited for rhythm and blues. Oh no, not that, not the little.
And he come in with the pizza at the door. He don't have on no drawers. He don't have on no drawers.
No. She is only here to clean the apartment.
Yes.
The porn star try to be real actors. She's only here to clean the apartment.
I'm sorry, Mr. Pizza Delivery Guy. I do not have any money to give you a tip. But what I do have, I can tip you this way. No,
but I write. But one of the things that I'm writing, one part of me that I am letting out is I'm a big dog lover. And anybody that knows me knows that I'm a big dog lover. I have 2 standard horse-like poodles by the name of Jeff and Eden, brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? But I'm doing a 5-song EP, and the songs are all about the relationship between people and their dogs. Oh. So I'm just, just taking music and marrying it with something else that I love, and that's dogs, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Hollywood is taking advantage of that relationship to the tune of about, $10 billion. And I can't, understand why music has never ventured there. You know what I mean? Music has never tried to, cross that barrier, but, I'm not afraid, April.
I know you're not
I'm
afraid.
I'm not afraid.
I know you're not afraid. You're like, well, Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, I'm not afraid. Yeah, I'm not afraid.
You're not afraid.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So you have a lot. We won't talk about it now, but you do have a new single coming out soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's actually, when I heard it, I was like,
the single is called Happy Hour.
Okay.
It's called Happy Hour, but I want you guys to also look out for my brother Darnell Jones.
Yes.
Darnell he's actually just released a single called Karma, and we just shot the video last weekend in Chicago, and we're about to do a remix video for it with myself, RL, and Dave Hollister, and Jacqueeze.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, you know what that video you was doing, and I saw you was. I was picking with him, y'all. I was watching the video of them, they're shooting the video, and I was like, I said, look at him. He walking, got his little blood.
She's never gonna let me.
I'm never gonna let that go. He walking there, and action.
Is that what I did?
I was rolling.
I can't help it.
But he turns on.
But the single is called Karma, so look out for it. It's a Darnell Jones single, and it is the first of a slew of singles that we are all grouping up and putting out together, and we've decided to just simply, we've always been the best of friends. So we just decided to add equity to each other's careers.
Hey, Joe, I see my best friend in here. Yeah. Hey. So the thing is, I want to ask you, they wanted to ask you. I keep seeing it in here. I don't think he wanted to sing for y'all tonight.
No, I've been pretty much singing all week. He been
singing,
yeah,
so y'all...
I've pretty much been singing all week, and I would, and April doesn't really know this, but... I'm actually coming back here to her facility to do a performance. You know what I mean? So I'm literally going to. I'm actually coming back here to do a performance, but the only way that you can see that performance is through the app. So you can only see it.
I have the dopest. I have the dopest friends.
Yeah, you can only see that in the app. So if you are a part of the All Things Feminine movement, if you are part of the All Things Feminine app, if you are a part of the All Things Feminine app, then definitely you will see that private performance, and we're gonna try to fill up the room with as many ladies as we can, and I'll bring the flowers and you bring the wine.
I got you.
There you go.
I got you. See.
Yeah. So if y'all want to be a part of that, please, you know what I mean? Please leave it in the app what songs that you would like to hear me perform. Okay? Ooh. And then that will be the song. Those will be the songs that I perform.
And you know what my favorite song is?
Which one?
You should know. You're supposed to know.
Well, I still want you. You can't act like I know for them. You got to tell them.
No, I'm asking you. I ain't asking them.
Oh, okay. It would have to be Summer Rain.
No. Oh no. You want to? Okay, give me my phone. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna play my favorite song. They don't. Okay. You're not gonna give me no copyright.
That's fair. No. I promise you. You good.
Okay. This is good. This is my favorite song of yours.
Okay.
And it's one that.
Now watch her come with the album cut. Watch her come with the album cut.
It says this song is not available in my region. No, hold on.
I just thought you should know.
Be quiet. Don't hush. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay.
This is my favorite song by you. And I can listen to this one all day, every day.
Yes.
This is it. This is it for me.
Yeah. That record was actually written by Gordon Chambers.
Really?
Yeah, written by Gordon Chambers, who is a very close brother of mine in Brooklyn. And Gordon, Gordon also wrote "I Apologize" for Anita Baker. I heard it through the grapevine for Brownstone. A Rose is just a Rose. I think he wrote "A Rose is Still a Rose" for Aretha Franklin. So he's definitely put his work in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, you did it justice because turn to time and time again.
I actually made Gordon give me that record. You know what I mean? Because there was, he demoed the record, but he couldn't sing it like me.
No, can't nobody sing it like
me.
Me.
He couldn't.
Well, can't nobody. That you can.
Yeah. But man, I want to thank everybody. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you guys for having me.
Yes.
It really meant a lot, to come here. I'm watching April's lives all the time. And for me to finally have an opportunity to be on the other side of the camera, it's really big for me. So, you guys, we joke around a lot, but I really like how serious that you are about what you're doing. And I wish you all the success in the world, and I just want you to remember that money follows purpose. And I want all of y'all to remember that money follows purpose. Blessings follow purpose. So know what you're doing it for.
Let them have it, Bishop. Go ahead, Bishop. Now it's time to pass the offering plate. Thank y'all so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it. It was very impromptu. It ain't no formal. This is just what we do. Don't, some of them try to read and everything. No, this is how we get down when we get together. Bottom line, we talk about, even last night, we was watching cartoons at the restaurant, talking about our favorite favorite cartoons.
Absolutely.
And the onesies that I like to wear.
Absolutely.
And even
politics. April allows me to talk about politics, conspiracy theories. She doesn't call me weird. It's a great thing.
Now we just sit back and I let him talk, and I would be the lady with the crossword puzzle. Yeah, that's what did the government do that? For real? Man, they don't even know what's going on with my crossword puzzle. I love y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And thank you, Mr. Thomas.
Yes, ma'am.
For joining me.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all.